All right, breaking right now, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu speaking just moments ago. He gave us a number of updates, including one that was that their Palestinian government are actually still inside Israel, that the airstrikes against Hamas in Gaza are just the beginning. He also, of course, spoke of the atrocities that he say are on par with ISIS. In fact, Palestinian gunmen killed handcuffed children in the attack on Saturday. I want to bring in retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg. General Kellogg, just your initial thoughts about this. Of course, a lot of folks in the military and intelligence community point to the breakdown in Israel's famous intelligence. Just how did this even happen? Something on this scale?
Yeah, thanks, Charles. Thanks for having me. Look, this was a horrific attack, and this had to be supported and helped to be planned by an external force, meaning Iran, because what they did is they really went quiet. You didn't pick up any signals intelligence, which are SIGINT. You didn't pick up any human intelligence, human. The Mossad wasn't able to break through it. So this was well planned and well thought out. And it was an attack on Israel. Remember, this did not happen in the Gaza Strip. This actually happened inside Israel. And the scenes are horrific that you see coming out of there. And this is one of those, everybody needs to take a step back. There's a moral imperative here. When you're killing women and children, and you're killing soldiers and decapitating dead bodies like Hamas was doing, this is a clear affront on mankind. And we need to stand together with Israel. Everybody does. And understand whatever it takes for them to finish this and eliminate Hamas as a terrorist entity, they need to do it. But don't think for a minute that the other forces were not involved with this. My concern with this administration, the Biden administration, is they're trying to normalize relations like Obama and Biden did in a previous administration, normalize relations with a terrorist state, which is Iran. This is the same state that when the attacks were occurring in their equivalent of a Congress were chanting death to America and death to Israel. This is something that shouldn't stand and cannot stand. And if you believe in the moral imperative of never again, you have to believe in that.
And to your point, the importance of this JCPOA to this administration and the Obama administration has led to a lot of mistakes, including, obviously, I think a lot of people warned, but even more so in hindsight, the $6 billion. And we didn't hear from President Biden today. We do know that the USS Gerald Ford is on its way, the aircraft carrier. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough for our allies with something of this magnitude? I feel like our response should be more, at least we should hear something from the Oval Office today.
Yeah. Charles, you are right on. Look, this is a moral imperative. This is when the President of the United States, as the leader of the free world, stands up and talks to the American people in a broadcast at night and make sure he understands what the stakes are. We fought a war in World War II to rid the world of Nazism. I took a trip to Auschwitz with Vice President Pence, and I stood where that very horrific concentration camp was, and I sat there and I walked back to the Vice President and said after the trip, this is the first time in my life I don't believe in the existence of God. And he said it wasn't God, it was man. This is something we cannot let stand. And the moral imperative starts with the President of the United States, and he stands up and he tells the world that. And he tells the world as bloody and as tough as it's going to get in the near term with what's going to happen in Gaza, we need to stand with Israel because this should never happen again, and it started. The attacks that you saw were brutal. They were on women. They were on undefended women and children and families as well, and this should not stand, and we cannot let it stand.
Yeah, General Kellogg, there's no doubt this was an attack on all of humanity. This was an attack on civilization itself. General Kellogg, thank you so much. Always appreciate your expertise.